friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 4 of our 13 days of Halloween series here at Polished Paper Studio. If you're just joining in and you'd like to get caught up, you can find links for the first 3 projects at the top of the description. So for today, we're going to be creating a very fun mini album using some gift bags from Hobby Lobby. You can see it's got a nice spiral binding here, some untraditional or unconventional fringe, I should say. And then each set of pages has a pocket, a full-size flip page, and inserts included in the side of the bag. So if you are interested in creating a book just like this one, then stick with me and we will make it together. We're going to work with the Halloween Party collection from Echo Park. This is a 2021 collection, but it is still available from scrapbook.com, and I will link that in the description below. Here is the set of bags that we're going to use to create the base for our folio. And these came from Hobby Lobby, and whenever I saw them packaged, they were hanging in this orientation with this wrap around it, and I was really drawn to these string ribbon that they are using for handles, but to me it looked a lot like a really kind of funky fringe. And so I decided to incorporate this feature into my album. So I decided to flip the orientation to more of a landscape. So it's a 4.5 by 5.5 inch bag, which is a perfect size for a mini album. And I decided, since I wanted to keep the fringe, I wasn't going to be able to bind it in this direction. So I decided to pull out my Bind It All and put a spiral into the side. You don't have to have that to create this album. You could easily just punch holes and use rings with ribbon, and that would look equally fun. But I decided to go ahead and use a black 1.25 inch spiral so that I would have room for all of those layers that I'm gonna put in. So for each set of pages, we're going to have a 2-page layout, and one side has the flap from the bag. We're gonna turn this into a pocket. So we're gonna have our first piece of paper, and it is cut a little bit shorter because that flap takes up some of the room. So it's 4 3/8 inch high by 3.5 inches wide. We're just going to tuck that right underneath that flap. Now, due to the imperfect nature of folded things, there's going to be a little bit of a difference in how wide these bags are. So this is a project where you're embracing the imperfection, and it's just about the fun of layering all of these bits on. And so you're not going to get it perfect. And so here's our pocket, and I want to bring in this Tombow. Where you are going to put this is on the outside edges so that we're going to create a pocket. You want to use the least amount you can so that it doesn't splooge out, and you want to just get it right here on the end because we're going to want to have as much room inside the pocket as we can. This is a place where you're just going to be a little bit patient and wait for that glue to set up. So put a little pressure on those 2 points and wait for that glue to set. So when you're ready to move on, you can continue to cover each of these sections as you move across. So I've got my second piece here. We're still at 4 3/8 high, but this time we're only 2 wide so that we can cover this smaller section of the flap. And then for this side, I do want to have a flip page. And so I'm going to add an additional piece of cardstock now, 4.5 inches high by 10 wide and scored at 5. This will cover the entire height and the width up to the point where it will reach that spiral. So you want to bring your bag, so you want to bring your folded portion right up to the edge of that bag, and this will be a flap that opens outward. I've got a couple of patterns here to go inside. These are cut to be 4 3/8 by 4 7/8, and that will give us the border of that black cardstock. These flip pages are such a good way to add extra real estate to your minis. So let's go ahead and finish the right hand side as well, and then cover the very front of your folded tip in. Now that we have the pocket set up, we can go ahead and add our journal card cut apart. This is a great way to add items to your mini without actually having to adhere them down, and they will be well secured inside that pocket. So for the remainder of the pages, we're just going to repeat that process. And remember that we have to add the back portion in and then seal our pocket first. And when we put the paper onto the bag, we're going to secure that ribbon trim in here. So that will keep the shape of our fun fringe perfect, and everything will be secure. So let's continue to work along and cover the rest of this book. So here's all of our inside pages covered now. This set I did off camera because I did this one first and got it a little bit out of order. So I decided to just go ahead and complete this and then skip to a part where I could get everything in the right order. And so I've got all of my pockets here with my journal cards on the left, and then I've got a full-size page flip for each of the right-hand pages, and it's just different combinations of those pattern papers to complete all of these inside pages. There's quite a lot of room in here for finishing. I think would be maybe a fun idea to use this as an October daily or a documenting October. So here's our last page, and I did already go ahead and finish the back cover as well. So now we can address the part of the bag that opens on the right hand side, and to add even more real estate to this little mini, I'm going to include 2 inserts for each of the bags. So I've got my cardstock cut here to be 4 inches high by 5.5 inches wide, and the pattern paper is 3 7/8 by 5 3/8, and I covered the front and the back as well because you'll be able to see that when it is flipped over. So both of the inserts will wind up in one side of the bag just because it makes it a little bit easier to slide them in. So each set will stick out beyond the edge. That makes them easier to take in and out. So let's just go ahead and add those fun inserts now. I am really so happy about this fringe because it makes it just a little bit more texture and detail. So let's go ahead and slide all of those inserts. What a good use for those patterns in this collection. I was able to use up quite a lot of it, which makes me happy. That means it's not going back into the stash. And here is our last set of inserts. First set of pages. Now look how nice and thick and chunky this is getting. Want to cover the front of our album now, and I decided to use that same beautiful dark plaid as on the back, and I'm adding a stripe as a layering pattern. And so let's just line that up. Definitely think you could easily switch out this collection for maybe Christmas or a different holiday and just coordinate the bag with what you're working with, and you can get a really fun holiday mini album. So here is a doily, and I'm going right in high of center just to accommodate all of those layering bits that we want to add. And here is an additional pattern for the front. This has a small border of that black cardstock, and I'm adding that without putting any spacers on because our next layer does have a spacer. And this is one of the stickers from the collection, and I just added that to some spacers so that we can begin to add a little bit of dimension for the cover. Now I'm putting this a little bit higher again because we've got to make room for our flowers. One last detail before I put our flowers on. This is a double layer. I wanted to make sure that it was nice and full, and so I've extended it a little bit. We'll get it positioned where we're going to get the best use out of those palms, and then we can just remove the excess. So let's add that with a little hot glue. Now that I've got that on, I'm just going to flip it over and then cut the excess so that it will be perfectly measured across. Do the same for this side as well. Now we've got a fun additional layer of detail and textures. So let's bring in our flowers. This is a combination of Made by Me flowers and a flower from Really Reasonable Ribbon. This is the Magnolia. I just take the center out and replace it with some stamens that I think will better coordinate. And then I've got more of those Lawn Fawn stitched leaves on the outside with some additional die cut leaves in a black cardstock just so that it all coordinates. And I finished that off with a beautiful bold check in black, and this is going right along here so that I can keep all the fragile bits on the inside and they don't hang over the edge. Got a couple little charms here to hang on the side, and I'll top that with this button. And then I've got a couple of sequins here to balance the bottom of our cover. So this is a good time for the question of the day. This is another would you rather. So would you rather ride on a broomstick or fly like a bat? I think I'm gonna pick bat because, you know, splinters are no fun. So let me know in the comments what is your pick. And that's gonna be all for day 4. If you enjoyed this project, make sure you come back tomorrow for day 5. And don't forget to leave me a comment, a like, and if you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe and join our crafty little family. Don't forget to hit the bell notification so you'll be alerted every time we add new projects. And remember, you can find links to products I mentioned, as well as links for our social media sites in the description below. As always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.